Hey guys, Diddy goes back in with another video. Hopping into the 10-minute pool. Here we go. Got some music playing. But yeah, hopping into the 10-minute pool. Actually, apparently the last game we played, forgot his name, but he was actually the highest rated person I've beaten on chess.com, so that's pretty cool. But here we go. We're playing this Count 99 from the US of A. We're going to the French defense. Let's see what he's got. Lots of options here for white. From I think this is called a classical. I go ahead and take here. Me personally, I know there's like classical variations. I don't go for that, but I like playing this Rubinstein line. It's different. I don't think it's too great, but it's different, and I think it's still kind of fun. Just kind of developing like this. I'll probably play b6, trying to put my bishop on b7 eventually. I'll probably just go for it now, yeah. But maybe just like kind of like a what's it called, hedgehog setup, and we might even play something like c5. Try to play here. There are ideas of like opposite side castling sometimes, though not very common. See, I guess if he does something like this, I kind of got to think about like what I want to do. Okay, but he goes there. I'll go ahead and just play bishop here and just castle, and I think that should be good for us development-wise. Kind of developed pretty safely. I can't play queen here because of this bishop move, because this knight's actually on e2, which is not very regular or normal. Kind of just a little different from what I usually expect, but that's not an issue for us. Here we go. He goes with that bishop move. So good thing I didn't play queen c7. I would have just been a waste of a move, right? We can castle. Knight h5 is also an idea, though it doesn't really accomplish anything right now, because after something like bishop back, all of a sudden now our pawn's in trouble. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and castle. I don't think we should do too much else or commit to too much else. We might play something like knight here, actually. Knight d6, knight d5 makes a lot more sense. Attacking this bishop, he can't stay on this diagonal, because if he does, we go ahead, hop into e3, and that's going to be an amazing fork onto his queen and rook. Wow, my mouse sensitivity is a little cooked right now, but that is an idea, actually. So he goes queen over, which is really interesting. I'm not specifically sure what that queen's going to do on that square. That's so different, but he went ahead and did that, and I guess could be maybe he wants to slide in like here, or slide in here, and kind of attack, right? He's got pieces over here, so maybe that these are some ideas. He just wants to attack. He's got a nice bishop here too, so these are ideas. Of course, they don't mean anything just yet. We could play something like knight here. If bishop does go back, we can still hop in, and attacking this rook would be great, because now we have, we don't have this pin because this bishop's still here, actually. Also try it out. I feel like it's still a nice move, honestly. If he goes back, if he goes back, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, what if we play something like bishop here, or pawn here? c4. If he takes, then we go ahead and play this knight move here, and we actually have a nice fork on the rook and that, but he goes back with it, which is all cool, all fine. That's all fine. Maybe just rook here makes sense. Rook here makes some sort of sense. I'm thinking where my queen's going to end up being, because this is like an annoying diagonal. We kind of want to put something here so we can take back on this square right here as well. I think rook here is kind of nice in the case we want to push this pawn just up. So we'll go ahead with that. Yeah, so there comes his rook, actually. And that makes me just want to play something like this move. I think we will. I think we just will. Not an issue at all. Just kind of getting out of the way of this rook in the future. Because after something like this, takes, I don't want to be left in the dust in some way after some more bishop moves, like a, kind of just like if this bishop moves out, all of a sudden now he's threatening like a discovery, taking our queen. Kind of just don't want to get in that right now. I think we have time to just get out of that, so we will. This is a move after something like, I don't want to take here because after he takes with the pawn, he's got really strong pawns right here. His rook opens up, so we do not want to actually take his knight on this square. It would be amazing if he takes it though. Our bishop gets kind of activated a little bit too, and we can start putting up more pressure on these pawns. So that would be great, but we do not want to take it ourselves. Okay, so that feels like he's just wanting to play this, of course. If we do something like this, right, and let's say we play a5 and he pushes his pawn, say takes, not sure what he's going to take with, maybe he takes with this one, here, doesn't really seem to do much. I think I'm just going to go ahead and put knight here. If he plays this, we'll just go ahead and have to take somewhere, honestly. Or maybe we just push. Actually, that was possibly one of the better moves. Now that I'm looking at it, our knight's actually trapped, huh? Oops. So now we're forced to take here, actually. That's not great. Kind of messed up there. Oops. Yeah, so he takes back with the pawn. I kind of just have to go back with the knight. Unlucky. Yeah, unlucky. We also just didn't play that well. That's unfortunate. Now it's up to him to kind of like continue an attack sort of thing. Right now, obviously, his pawn is hanging. Not the easiest to defend it, actually. Yeah, definitely not the easiest to defend it. Because there's also these pawns. Okay, so he goes there. Okay, that's a great way to defend it, actually. Queen has to move. I don't really want to play this move. Could play this. After something like this, actually, then I don't want to trap my piece, dude. Maybe we just come back here. That's really sucks, though. We can't play this because of this move. Or maybe we do. That was queen here. No, he'll be fine. Because after something like this, he takes, I take, he takes. There he goes here. This just like this kind of just comes back to bite us. But I honestly don't know if anything's better. But slowly but surely, he's kind of just removing this stuff. His bishop and pieces are now very open. So this is definitely good for him. It's like things like queen coming in here, rooks even getting lifted over. He's in a good spot. I can't lie. We would love him to do something like this, where I can just kind of take over here. But chances are he won't do that. We're playing as a pretty strong player, it feels like. I don't know how I feel about this move for him. I feel like he had better things. We're gonna go ahead and kind of like permanently close this up. I'd love for him to take with this pawn, because we can put this bishop. That doesn't really work. Because doesn't really work. Because after something like this, he just plays this, and now we're in more trouble with these pins. Huh. Something like this is playable, maybe. And just try to trade. Honestly, yeah, maybe. Maybe. Because after something like this, we could play this and just try to like get trades out, honestly. Or, yeah, actually something like this would be really nice. We could play this. And it kind of traps his queen. but not an issue because he just plays this. But G3 does kind of mess with the structure a lot. Why I say that is because it's gonna be hard for his queen to hop in, hard for his rooks to hop in too. And maybe we do make some sort of a weaknesses with like these light squares. Right now our bishop is still kind of hidden, so that means that we have to, after we get this queen out, maybe bring this rook over and then try to bring this bishop in. So these are like the ideas that I'm looking for. What is weak in his position? Nothing really right now, but these are what could be weak at some point eventually. Definitely tough. Something like this actually just makes a lot of sense. Just kind of instantly. I feel like this just has to play it almost instantly. He takes, I'll just have to take a look at my knight. I have something like queen here. It's annoying for sure, but kind of has to be done. So we'll just go ahead and pre-move that. It's scary because after something that takes like this, now he has queen h4, threatening mate, and we can't do something like g6. I don't think, because yeah, we just dropped this piece, and h6 weaken stuff happens. What? I think kind of just take here. It's fine. Actually, now I'm thinking about this. This is a mess. I think I messed up. I had to take here. Ooh, if he finds bishop takes f6, I think we're lost, honestly. Because after takes here, I really don't want to mess up my structure, but okay, he goes. I'm gonna go ahead and just play check here first, because I'm gonna lose that knight no matter what, and I'd rather him not spend or get a free move here. But I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. I think this is over. So after takes here, here's check and something like this. I mean, no matter what, he had this check here and then kind of just like something like this. So I think it's just over, unfortunately. Because after something like this, oh, I push here this move. So we have maybe a few defenses out. That's bad though. Even something like this just kind of ends it. Because he's also threatening this. He's got all the pieces kind of just like aimed at us. Yeah. So we need to defend this pawn. Not sure how to do that. We can't. Oh, we couldn't even move it forward. I'll just go ahead and take, and he will be unfortunately making me out here. Yeah, it was a tough game. He played well. Let's go ahead into this game review. And yeah, here is the analysis. Ouch. It was a tough game for sure. Even got a brilliant move. That's cool. Let's see. So this is all book. And this is a mistake apparently. I was supposed to play c5 immediately. But I think all of this is fine still. And over here, actually, we should just play this move. I guess that makes sense. Because that's kind of why we played rook c5 a little bit too. Because he just gives us space, and he's never gonna play anything like this. Because now we take to, or actually we don't even need to take. We kind of like cement this all up, and he won't ever have to be able to play c4 and then like d5. So we kind of messed up there. After something like this, a3 is an even bigger issue, because after something like this, now this square is really soft. So after something like this here, and then here. What's the issue, actually? I don't know what the issue is. After something like takes, I'm not going to go ahead. Okay, apparently that is the best move. But, oh, it's probably just because... Is this a free piece? No, it's not. I don't know. I'm not exactly looking at that, because these pawns are also hanging. But, yeah, basically this pawn becomes really weak. This is a target for us, too, where if we could play something like b5 and a6, it's gonna be really hard for him to push c5, c4. That would have been a very nice block, honestly, but we kind of missed that. And after something like this, where he got c4, now we can't play that ever again, and now it's just really hard. Yeah, these are just now perfectly played. He goes here, and I really thought he could just take here, and it should be good for him, but apparently not. I don't know where I would take back. If I take back the... Oh, this is check. I missed this, actually. I didn't see it was check. But he played this move. Never takes. We kind of just have to go this way. And bishop f6 is just kind of losing. Apparently, knight g7... Or sorry, g6 is just the best move. Blocks this bishop. We have some protection here. And we could jump in to g7 with the knight. It says create space for the king, but I think it's more for this knight as well. Because we could rotate the knight out maybe here or put it in front of this pass pawn on d6. So these are ways that like we kind of cement something. But missed this. After this, I played this immediately. Felt like there just wasn't much else, but we should have played that. I didn't realize there was so much of a threat. After here, this was a mistake. But after something like this, we're not like doing great still. Because after this, we have check here and now we're fine. So don't want to do that. Yeah, you just have to take with the piece, and then after something like this, I mean, you're just doing fine. Like, I mean, not we. White is doing great. Again, this is because look at our bishop. It's just stuck. It's stuck. It has to kind of come here and then get awakened, but that's not happening right now. Straight up, the plans are really easy for white. I don't think I can really do this. This is just really scary because of all these extra ideas, whatever these ideas are. I mean, this pawn is hanging, not hanging, but it's scary for sure. Yeah. So there will definitely be an attack here. Let's look at this. Oh, yeah. Wow. Oh, look at that. The only way to defend this is actually like this, because if you go here, you're going to get mated real soon. You're just going to get mated real quickly, ugly, in some way. Like, this is just bad. Like, you do not want to be here. Or something like this, like, you're just going to lose. Oh, yeah, here's the rook lift, actually. There it is. Missed it. So, that's actually really bad. He would just have mate in, like, a few. That's really cool. But we took here. This is brilliant. I thought he was going to take with the bishop, honestly, because I'm forced to take with the queen, and this is just, like, a really easy way to win. Because if I take with this piece, again, it's the same thing where he just does check. I go over here, and something just like this wins straight. Because after blocks, I can't really block much more. It's just kind of stuck. So, at this point, it was kind of just lost, unfortunately. Going back, I guess, what was the mistakes? It's like hard to really think like, oh, what was the mistake here? Apparently here, we kind of just messed up a bit in the opening. I thought no c5 was that great immediately. But yeah, apparently c5 is nice. Just looking at the follow-up because this makes sense. Okay, well, that wasn't really much of a follow-up. I guess taking? Taking's interesting because now like he just has two knights on the board, which isn't great. I mean, after something like this, maybe just like this is fine. What if he plays something like c3? I feel like that's much more natural. Here's an isolated pawn, which can be a good target for us after something like knight d5 and then putting your knights over here. This is nice, actually. Pretty cool. Interesting. So yeah, I guess, yeah, that was something that we kind of missed, though. Definitely not the end of the game. And over here, we kind of missed this c4 square. Because now that lets him play c4 himself and then kick this knight out, and then now everything is going to get opened up. Also, kind of like entering a Benoni structure where our light square bishop is just done. So we can't let that happen next time. We have a light square bishop. If we're putting it on this diagonal, we got to keep it alive. So, yeah. Playing something like this, and then here. And now you can kind of continue whichever way you want to continue. Whether it's knight here, or queen here, because queen here is now safe, actually. Stuff's not going to open up. So, that's like what you're supposed to do. After that, it kind of just like went downhill with like some missed moves, but is what it is. They're kind of like following each other. But that should be it for this game. This was French Defense and Rubinstein variation. I'll catch you guys later. Bye-bye.